So in this lecture, we're going to talk about emergency self-empathy. What do we do in the heat of the moment? When we're so-called triggered, when we're feeling very reactive in a situation, and we just need to bring ourselves back into regulation. Why is it important to do this? Because we're more likely to get what we want in life. If I go back to the hairbrush story, I could stomp around the house yelling and going, "There's hair in the hairbrush again." I could go and accuse my husband. "Why do you always leave your hair in the brush? How simple would it be to just take the hair out of the brush and throw it in the bin?" Chances are he's just going to shut down and disconnect, and kids are going to roll their eyes and go, "Mum's at it again." If I can just bring myself back into regulation, soothe myself, connect with what matters to me, and then come up with some ways to change the situation, I'm more likely to get my needs met. So how do we do emergency first aid self-empathy? And there is a sheet that you can download to keep as a reference, because it's a very useful thing to practice. We will get triggered. We will be in situations when we flip our lid, so to speak. And there is a link also to Dan Siegel's hand model of the brain, when he talks about our sort of limbic brain and reptilian brain, and how when we're reacting, we can sort of flip our lid and the cognitive, rational part of the brain just disconnects, and we go into our fear center and a threat system. So the way to bring ourselves back into regulation, of course, is always first the breath. The breath is what keeps us in the present moment, particularly breathing through your nose. And so you can do something like breathing in for 4 counts and breathing out slowly, saying mind slowing down. Breathing in for 4 counts, breathing out slowly, saying body slowing down, and just doing this for a while. Mind slowing down, body slowing down. It's the out breath, a slow, long out breath, that calms the nervous system and brings us back into balance. The second one is a body scan. Just scanning through your body when you're feeling reactive and stimulated, and just noticing, where is it in your body? Is it in your chest? Maybe your stomach, your abdomen? Is it in your head? Whereabouts are you feeling the contraction? And then just approach that sensation with compassionate curiosity. Be present to it. The felt sensations in the body. So if you've got this sense of contraction, it can help if you kind of explore it with, like, does it have a shape? Does it have a color? Is it opaque or translucent? Does it have a texture? Just staying present to that sensation with compassionate curiosity. And then see if you can connect it to any feelings and needs. So remember to be wary of the thoughts about what we think other people are doing to us. Look at the feelings sheet. Pick out the words. And of course, if you're in the heat at the moment, you're not going to go, "Just a minute, I need my feelings sheet." But you might just remember, if you can't identify particularly any feelings in that moment, you might sort of park it and go, "I'm going to come back to this later. I'm going to walk away, take a few breaths." And that night, maybe journalize it and connect and identify the feelings and the needs. And so you just continue doing this until the contraction eases. Now, if it's a really big situation, it may not ease in the moment fully, but at least it can help to just contain it rather than it exploding out and impacting on your interactions with other people and hurting your relationships. So another example, it's easy to pick examples in the family. So I worked days and my husband worked nights, and we shared a car. We had one family car and one small car. And so this was the kind of commuter car. So I would hop into the car in the morning, and chances are there'd be a coffee cup and some rubbish in there, like maybe my husband would have had a muffin late night snack on the job. Well, this just added to my stress for the day, and I would ask him, can you please, take your cup inside, throw out your rubbish? And he had this wonderful imagination, so he was always thinking about other things, and he would just park in the driveway, and chances are his mind was already in the house. Again, I said before, I don't want to arrive at work stressed. I don't want to be raging on in my head about my lazy husband always leaves and his rubbish in the car. I could, but then I'm really activating my stress hormones. So hop into the car, notice it, breathe, feel the feelings. And I can use this as a sort of whole example so that then when I'm calm, when I'm connected with my needs, when I'm in my compassionate state, then I might decide to sit down with my husband and work out some ways that we can do things differently so that it works for me as well as for him. He doesn't want to feel as though he's got this sort of nagging wife always complaining about his habits or things that he does. If I come in with this attacking, accusing way, then I'm just going to get the wall or the attack back. So emergency first aid self-empathy is so useful. Another practice as part of this is the RAIN meditation. So Tara Brach is a famous self-compassion researcher and mindfulness teacher, Buddhist and mindfulness. RAIN is R, recognize what's going on. Feeling really stimulated right now. And just accept it, allow it. Don't try to shut it down. Just allow, so by doing the body scanning and feeling the felt sensations, and then inquire into it. So what's going on here? This is when you can really connect with your needs. I'm really longing for ease in the mornings when I'm rushing to get to work. I really value beauty. I like to get into a clean and beautiful space in the car for a nice calm drive to work. And then nurture yourself. So this is where the compassionate image comes to mind, that you've got that part of you that's going, it's okay. This is tough. This is another experience and we all suffer. And yeah, you're really wanting such and such right now. So RAIN and emergency first aid self-empathy can be very, very useful in helping to soothe and regulate your emotions. And the more that you're able to take care of your own emotions, the more capacity you have for the world around you and for other people. And the more they'll feel safe to be in your presence and more likely to then those mirror neurons get activated and they can start to self-regulate.